Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
Welcome, everybody, to the Merch Minds podcast. My name is Glen. I'm with the YouTube channel Hustler Hacks, and my co-host, Yong.
Hey. What's going on, man?
Number 21.
21.
We have a... what?
No, I was just going to say, man, it's adding up really fast.
Oh, man, I know. It's going by. And like, tell you the truth, with the time change coming up, too, and right now, it just seems like days are just going by super, super quick. It's just going to get even faster now. Now it's just go faster, and faster. And next thing you know, you're like, what? Uploading 2 shirts, uploading 4 shirts. 24 hours go by super quick. You got to get these ideas ready to go. These designs finished, ready on draft mode, ready to go.
Yeah. So, are you still uploading every day? 50 shirts?
Oh,
is it 50?
55 shirts. I haven't uploaded anything this week since my mom's surgery. I've been visiting her.
Oh, that's right.
Every day, and it's like eBay, Amazon, merch, YouTube, all these things are fun and games until family stuff happens. And you're like, oh man, you want to do all this stuff, and it is also like a good break too, because I know I was just going all out with 40 plus designs a day, but I'll get into it next week and get into that more. But I'm still selling pretty well. The numbers have jumped like a good I guess like 15 for the last 7 days, so they kind of boosted up a little bit, which is good. It put me over the 1,500 mark for the last 7 days. So I was kind of like in and out of that. Like I was at like 14 something, and then it would go higher to 15, and then it would go back down to like 14 something, and go back up, and then it would go back down to like 13, almost 14. So right now I'm like at a solid 15, $1,500 royalty per week, and doing the numbers and crunching the numbers. I think for February, I was really, really hoping for like, what did we talk about last time? I think I was like at 50. I was hoping for like 5,800, maybe 5,500. I don't remember what we talked about last.
Dude, I can't remember what I did yesterday, man.
But it looks like I was a little short. I'm like at still pretty good, like 5,100, 5,200 for February. So
okay,
I'm I'm pumped about that. And now that I'm kind of gaining momentum again, hopefully we can just get back up to the 6,000 plus royalty range.
Nice.
So
nice. Okay, but
how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking. But first and foremost, man, I pray that your mom will heal fast.
Thank you,
we
sir.
all
Appreciate
have
that.
our priorities, and family first, obviously. So definitely keep her in my prayers. And I'm doing good, man. I've had a pretty good month, and I know for the last month or so, I was saying my goal was to break 2K in royalties.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just on merch, right? I mean, I think most of us pretty much know by now that I have some shirts on Redbubble and whatnot, and I'm currently trying to work on my Shopify store, which isn't happening at the moment. But at least for merch, I wanted to break the 2K mark in royalties, and I'm happy to announce that not only did I reach that goal, but I exceeded 2K by almost $200. So almost $200 over 2K. I sold something like 313 shirts. So it's been good. And this is, with the exception of December, this has by far been the best month ever for me.
Look at this guy. And I think now, are you able to upload like more shirts per day now or something?
No, I'm still at 4 uploads per day.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest with you, man, and I've said this before, I don't want any more And I'll tell you why, man, because I need to work on my Shopify store, right? And
Yeah.
I feel like, with me, with my day job and all my other side hustles and trying to do merch, I just can't find the time to work on my damn Shopify store.
Yeah.
So, to be honest with you, I don't want any more, I know it sounds strange, but I just don't want any more, slots to upload any more shirts. What I do want, though, is I want to get tiered. I'm still stuck at 500. I'm supposed to be at 2K. I don't know if and when that's going to happen. But I'm being patient. I'm sure it's going to happen sooner or later. I tell you what, though, man, something happened to me, and I have to share this story. Okay.
Okay.
I see you laughing.
Something happened to me.
I see you laughing already, man. But it is kind of funny, man.
Okay.
Dude, man, I those people at Amazon, man, they're smoking some of that funny stuff over there, man. They're I'll tell you, they're smoking that Dr. Dre, that Snoop Dogg chronic stuff, man. I'll tell you why. Okay, it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
So I had uploaded a couple of shirts actually, and they were selling really good. Me, man. I do my research, right? I check for trademarks and all that, and I don't keyword stuff. I don't do any of that crap, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty legit. At least I think so. I mean, if I'm doing something wrong, at least I'm not doing it intentionally. But I uploaded a couple of shirts and they were selling pretty good, right? And then I realized that I wanted to modify the design, right? Yeah. So I deleted the shirts and I modified the design. It wasn't anything significant. I didn't change anything. It was just maybe adding a few, like changing some colors on some vector elements. I re-uploaded the designs and they got rejected. Same keywords, same description, same title. I don't get it, man. They're smoking something over there, and I don't know what it is, but I don't smoke that stuff, but I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like I should.
So what do you think it was then? I mean, obviously it wasn't the design. It had already been in the system.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know, because you know what? There's other shirts with the same slogan or caption, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Those shirts are still live. I will say this. My design, obviously, I've mentioned this last time. I'm spending a little more time on my designs, and I'm making them, really good. Mm-hmm. I will say that my T-shirt was selling the most out of the others because it was always showing up number one in the search results. But the thing is, I don't think there's no way that someone could complain about it because it wasn't removed, it was rejected.
Yeah. So what happens now? Like,
I'm not going to re-upload it. I just don't want to take that chance, right?
And so is the original one, like, I guess still there, or how does that work?
No, it was rejected. It's no. I removed the original one because remember, because I was going to modify it and then re-upload it. So I removed it. And so I guess the lesson that I learned is when you do modify something, don't delete the original one, right? until the modified design is up.
Yeah, until it's all said and done.
Until it's all said and done. So that was a hard lesson learned. I don't know, dude. I can't answer your question. I don't know why they rejected it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And let's see. I think so. We're officially in March. This is March 2nd.
Yes, sir.
I personally think this month isn't going to be as good as February. So, and you know me, man, I like to create goals for myself, but I think
the month barely started.
I know, man, but for some reason I have this strange feeling like this month isn't going to be as good as last. So my goal for March, I know my previous goal was obviously to meet 2K, and that was a pretty big goal for myself. I'm going to play it safe. My royalties, as I mentioned, was $2,200 in February. My goal for March is just to make $2,500, just a $300 jump.
Oh, okay, that's it.
That's it. We'll see.
Only $2,500.
We'll see. But yeah, man, that's about it. And
Okay.
we're gonna have a fun show today. We have Jacob Topping. I think I pronounced it right. It's Jacob, right? Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't even know the name of our own guest.
Come on now.
That's actually kind of embarrassing.
He's pumped about merch.
We have Jacob Topping. He is in the process of writing a book, which is going to be released on March 6th. So basically, he's on here. And, Glenn, you and I said from the beginning, we're not going to promote any product unless it's something that we believe in, something that we use, something that we will pay for out of our own pocket. And this book, Jacob and I, we had a private conversation. I know you weren't there, obviously, because of your mom, but he showed me his book, and after he showed me his book, man, I went ahead and I bought it for myself because there's tons of information in his book, and you just have to take my word for it, Glenn. And then, obviously, in the interview, he'll get more in depth about what's in the book. So that's today's guest, and we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna have a fun show today. We are going international, Toronto to be exact. Okay, we have a really fun guest, Jacob Topping. Jacob, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm live from Braeside, Ontario, which is about an hour west of Ottawa, the capital city of Canada.
Okay, so, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was completely wrong. So you're in Ontario.
I am, yeah, but
Okay.
Toronto's also in Ontario. Toronto's about 5 hours from my house.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt, but go ahead and finish your introduction there.
All right, so I'm here live from, well, I guess it's not live, it's recorded now if you're listening. And I'm in Braeside, and I'm right across the border from Quebec. So if I look out my window, I see the Ottawa River, and I can look across and see Quebec on the other side. And on this side of the river is Ontario. So it's pretty cool. I'm right on the border. And it's a small town, just a little place. There's probably around 200 people or so living here, and in our little village. And there's one general store. It does not sell any clothing. So there's no competition within like 5 kilometers of my house. And if I drive out of town, I can go to Arnprior, which is maybe, I don't know, a 6-7 minute drive from my place. And it's like 8,000 people there.
When you say competition, do you mean like doing eBay and FBA?
Oh, no, people could be doing that from anywhere worldwide, right? But I mean, if sometimes I do custom designs for people. So I'll go on Facebook and I'll be like, I'll see that somebody's looking for a design, and I'll just jump on there and be like, I'll make you that shirt, no problem. I'll have it to you in 7 days or less, right?
Okay. Well, so one question that we always ask our guests, and you don't have to share it if you don't want to. It's not mandatory, but we always ask our guests what tier they're on and how much they're making. But again, it's not mandatory. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
No, that's okay. I get asked on all the shows that I've been on. So this is probably the 3rd or 4th podcast in the last 8 days, and probably if it was on video, this would be like the 6th or 7th live video that we've done. So it's common now. So I'm in on Merch by Amazon. I'm on tier 25. I applied for Merch by Amazon in around June of 2016, and I got in at the end of September.
Nice.
And then right after that, they froze everything, and I'm still frozen at 25. So I'm tier maxed at 25. And then I'm also on 11 print-on-demand services altogether. So
Okay.
I'll talk about that later if you want. But basically, I upload designs to all of them. And in terms of sales, so even though I'm tier maxed at 25, I have a few hundred sales on Merch by Amazon. And then on my other pods, the sales velocity is lower. So Merch by Amazon has a higher sales velocity, but making sales on about 3/4 of the ones that have 5 designs or more.
Okay,
so
cool.
I have less than 5 because I just set them up to test them out and to load things on, but I don't have all my designs on all of them. I don't have time. I haven't had the time to load all of them up to all of the pods.
Sure.
So I
So
work full time as well.
Yeah. So okay. So you're on tier 25, and folks, here on the Merch Minds podcast, it doesn't matter what tier you're on. We talk to everyone as long as you can deliver a good conversation. Here on the Merch Minds podcast, all tiers matter. Okay. You know what? That should be a T-shirt. All tiers matter. So Jacob, so you and I, so here's the thing, Jacob. So Glenn and I,
yeah,
we only promote products that we like. You and I had a private behind-the-scenes conversation on Monday. You showed me your book, and I liked it. I really did like it. Glenn, you weren't there, obviously, for that conversation. I think you were getting a manicure or a pedicure.
Something like that.
Something like that. But Glenn, I do recommend this book. It's I mean, there's a lot of information. Jacob, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your book?
Oh, you want to get straight to the book?
Let's get straight to the book, man. Let's get down and dirty.
Okay, all right. So there's this book. If anybody hasn't heard of it, I invite you to remove the rock over your head. But no, I'm kidding. So there's a book that I've been working on for quite a while. It's called Merch and the World of Print on Demand. And it covers essentially everything that I know about merch by Amazon and anything related to print on demand as well. So the book sort of came about in a number of different ways. I started opening up accounts on additional pods when I was maxed out at tier 25 on Amazon. Because I wanted to continue to list things. So because I was on all these different things, I was keeping track. I had tabs open everywhere and spreadsheets and all kinds of things to keep track of those things, the different print-on-demand platforms. And then I also, people were contacting me, and I was actually doing consulting for people. So they would call me up, and we'd either talk on the phone or I'd send them emails with information about merch and how to grow their print-on-demand sales volumes and different techniques and different platforms they could get on and some of the tweaks and nuances of each of them. So depending on who was asking me the questions, I was giving them additional information about what they wanted to know. And then they were paying me to do that as a consulting basis. So because I was accumulating all this information and writing it down and sending out the emails and also on the phone conversations with them, I always wanted to take notes when I was talking to them to make sure that I didn't repeat myself over and over, right? Because sometimes you do that if you have multiple people. And so when I started looking at all the content that I've been putting together and sending out on emails and in my notes and everywhere else, I started to realize that this stuff is really common. A lot of people have the same questions. Those are all questions that I've had. That you guys have probably had these at some point. And so it just made more sense to accumulate it all in one place. And when I started to do that, I said, you know what, if I fill in some blanks and do some extra research about stuff that people haven't asked me that I think they will in the future, I think this is almost probably like 10 times the size of the next closest free ebook I've ever seen. And I think there's value in that. I think people would love to see it. So why don't I do a book? And then once I started making it a book, I really sort of tried to cram in as much value as possible. And you've seen portions of the book because I've been working on it since then as well. And I mean, you can talk about that if you'd like, because you've seen a lot of it, parts of it, right? Sure.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll talk about it, but Glenn, I want to give Glenn maybe an opportunity to maybe ask a question or if you have any comments.
All right, so let's say someone purchases this book. What are like your top 5 other than merch print-on-demand platforms that you love to use? And more or less, how many products you have live on those? Is it the same amount throughout?
Good question.
So it was cutting off for me. I didn't catch the whole question.
He was asking what other 5 pod sites that you use.
What's the question? Okay, yeah. So I'm on 11 altogether. So there's Merch by Amazon, Sunfrog, Redbubble, Zazzle, Cafe Press, Teespring, Spreadshirt, Teechip, TeePublic, Amazon.com through Seller Central, Shopify, and my own website. And I'm now selling on Facebook as well, so I don't really consider that a platform because I don't have a lot of designs there. But I guess maybe it's 12. So
is that in order as that list that you just gave us? Is that in order from the highest revenue first? So
that particular order, I mean, I'm just reading that straight off my tracking. that I use myself, and I include that as a free bonus in the book itself. I'm going to take out my actual data, but I'll keep like the structure of it so people can use it. And I'll probably add in some of the other ones. So we talked before, the book itself, it covers more than 30 print-on-demand platforms, including all of those ones, but also more than 20 that I'm not currently in. So I go through quite a lot of detail on the ones I'm in, and I go into some detail on the other ones. But in terms of the order, those are in order of that grouping of 11 pods, with the exception of Seller Central, the pod, and Shopify and Printful and my website. I think I missed Printful as well. With the exception of those 3 or 4, it's in order of highest traffic to the volume. So in the book, I actually looked up the traffic volume for every one of the pods that's in the book, like all 30 plus of them. I didn't even count them all. There's more than 30 for sure. And I actually wrote down the Alexa traffic ranking from Alexa.com. And Alexa is on an Amazon-owned company that ranks website traffic to popular demands worldwide, domains. And so in the book, you'll get them in order of highest to lowest by traffic volume. And that is the order that my list is in. And so I'll tend to list from the most popular by traffic to the least popular. Like, that's my preference. But it depends on the design and what I'm doing with it. And I can give you an example of that if you want.
Sure.
Okay, so across the board, what I'll do is when I've got my designs coming in from my designers, and I've got multiple outsourced designers, which we can talk about later, I will go and upload the designs that I think are appropriate and also qualify for Merch by Amazon into draft mode there first. And so I've got probably over 100 designs sitting in draft in Merch by Amazon, ready to go. As soon as they tier me up, I'll just move them all over.
Okay.
And then I will go just in order from the highest to lowest. So I'll go Sunfrog, Redbubble, Zazzle, Cafe Press. That's my default order that I do it in. But if I'm doing something special, so if I'm doing a marketing campaign or dropping in free marketing like a Facebook posting and things like that, unpaid, then I'll do it in a different order. I might go to Teespring and I'll upload the image into there, create a listing, and generate a free place it image, so a lifestyle image of the people wearing my shirts. And I'll do that because of the benefit that Teespring allows you to do that. Instead of paying, $30 a month or more for the place it service, you get the free high resolution image for free inside of Teespring. You have to go into the menus, into the settings, scrolling right down to the bottom, and you can actually see they've got like 300 plus place it images to put your shirts on. So for marketing, I'll tend to do that first, right? But let's say a different scenario. Let's say I'm on Facebook and I notice that somebody locally wants to get a shirt made because for whatever reason, people in my neighborhood are asking for shirts for different things. And maybe you guys see that too, I don't know. But I'll see that there's a request for a shirt, and then I'll just jump on and I'll private message them or I'll publicly message them depending on how they're asking. And I'll say, hey, I can make this shirt for you. We could do a similar design. It may not be exactly the same as the one you've posted, or if it's just an idea, I'll make a custom one. My designers can do it for you. And so for that one, because I'm in Canada, Merch by Amazon doesn't deliver directly to Canada. So I cannot order from Merch by Amazon to Canada unless I forward it to my New York address that I use for FBA stuff and then forward it across the border from there. So what I'll do is I typically go to Zazzle or Redbubble or Sunfrog just because I know they deliver to Canada and the pricing and the speed is pretty fast for locally. But it really depends. If somebody's price sensitive or if I have to load a lot of designs, I might use TeePublic because TeePublic is a very fast loading system. Or if they want a specific color, like you saw the colors that I outlined in the book because you've seen that already. But, just to let people know that are listening, TeePublic has 41 different colors of shirts available. So if you want, for example, a pink shirt with like a birthday thing for your girls or for boys or anybody, you can't do that on Merch by Amazon because they don't have pink shirts, right?
Sure, right.
Do a pink design and put it on a white shirt maybe, but you can't do a pink shirt. So TeePublic is great for selection, and they do marketing for you. So they'll create Google Shopping ads on your behalf, and that drives organic traffic to the listing. And they also put on regular sales. So if you're not familiar with the service with TeePublic, when you list your design, the first 3 days that it's live, it's $14. And then after that, it's $20. But then when they put on sales, they typically go from 20 to 14, and then everything's $14. And that drives a lot of traffic to their site, and you can make sales that way. So it really depends on the thing that I'm looking for. If they want a non-shirt, like let's say if somebody wants a skateboard, for example, they want a skateboard with my design on it. I might go and load it up to Cafe Press or Zazzle. They do lots of many items, like more than 1,000 different products that you can put your designs on. And so I find Cafe Press and Zazzle really they do a good job at getting a lot of things, right? If you want stickers, I might recommend Redbubble for that. Redbubble does great stickers. If you want to do volume, T-Chip is good for that. T-Chip has really aggressive pricing. So the base cost on their shirts is something like $5 for the shirt plus your markup. So the commissions are great on it. I'll go to a different platform depending on whether I want to market the shirt or if I want them to market the shirt. So for example, if I'm going to market the shirt, I'll go with Sunfrog. They give you a 5% artist commission, and then they give you a 45%. So 4 or 5, I don't know which way, we're on video here, but on audio, it's 45% for the affiliate commission. So if I'm marketing my own shirt, I get both.
So you get a total of 50.
No, sorry. So it's 40 for the affiliate part and 5 for the.
Oh, okay.
45 altogether. So I got 45%, and that works out percentage-wise to be even higher than I would if I had a Merch by Amazon shirt and was driving it through Amazon affiliate link. Even if you combine them, Sunfrog's higher.
Okay, so that's Sunfrog. Okay.
That's right. And the other thing too is that Sunfrog they have a tiered commission on the affiliate thing. So if you do volume, they'll pay you even more than 45% if you're marketing your own designs.
Okay.
So it's unreal, like how much money you can make off them if you're driving the traffic is really high. And they're across like other than maybe Etsy and a Seller Central account on Amazon and Merch by Amazon, they're right up there. They're like top 250 most trafficked sites in the world, not just pods, but across any website. Mm-hmm. Which is unbelievable because there's millions of websites in the world. To be in the top 250 worldwide, it's unreal. They get tons of traffic. So
it really just depends on your strategy, like how you want to sell your shirt or apparel. Okay.
I'll give you a better analogy. Maybe this make more sense. Yesterday I had a custom order for somebody. It happened to be my sister. Okay, so my sister wanted a shirt. It wasn't even for my sister. It was my niece, so my sister's daughter, who wanted a shirt for school, right? And she didn't just want one shirt, she wanted 4 shirts, right? Now, she's 11, so she's an 11-year-old girl. She calls me up, hey, Uncle Jacob, I want a shirt. Can you make a shirt for my school project? I'm like, hey, Emily, I haven't heard from you in a while, but sure, I'd love to make a shirt for you, right? She's like, great, okay, I need like 4 shirts, here are the sizes, and mommy's going to send you a link, right? Or like a picture. So I'm like, sure, well, let's do that, right? And that's all I do. I didn't know what the project was for. I didn't know anything. So I checked my email. Sure enough, my sister, she sends me a PDF, right? And we all know PDFs is not something that you normally upload, but she sends me a PDF, and I wrote down the resolution here. What is it? I don't have it here. It was really small. It was like 500 by 650 pixels. Like 500 across, 650 top to bottom, and a PDF. Mm-hmm. And my first thought was, okay, if I convert this to .png and stretch it out, if I don't do this as a vector, I'm going to pixelate the crap out of it. It'll look like garbage. But if I send it into a print on demand just as a PDF, which you can do with some of them, they're going to stretch it, and it's going to look really pixelated too, right? So what I did was I sent the PDF to one of my designers, and the next morning I had a vector art that they did for me. Because I'm really busy working on the book, and I work full-time as well, so I didn't have time to do it myself. But I took that, and then I put it up on Redbubble just because they have great shirts. They are shipped to Canada. They can ship it fast. That's the other thing. She needed it in less than 2 weeks. Custom shirt to their door, right? So I put it all together. I loaded it on the site. I made a little description that would make her feel good. Emily's special edition shirts or whatever. And then I sent my sister the link. And I didn't hear from them for a while. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I noticed I'm checking my stats. I'm like, these didn't sell yet. What's going on, right? So I call her. She's like, Jacob, listen. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but this shirt's like $97. I'm not going to spend $97 on T-shirts. It's ridiculous, right? And I'm like, whoa. What do you mean it's $97? Like, when I look at it, it's $20, right? And there's 4 of them, so I guess that's 80 plus tax. And I start doing the math, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's fair, right? Like, that's a fair price for a custom delivered T-shirt to your door in Canada. Shipping's a lot more in Canada, right? plus tax. Our provincial tax rate's 13%. So with tax and shipping and everything, okay, that's reasonable, right? And so I said, you know, like, that's what it is. Is there something that you don't like about that? And we had this conversation. And it turns out I had to say to her, like, she's price sensitive, right? So price for her was the #1 concern. If I had known that, I wouldn't have done it through Redbubble. I might have done it through T-Chip or Sunfrog or somewhere else. I can lower the price. I can get a lower price, right?
Okay.
So some clients are, some people are price sensitive. Some buyers are price sensitive, but they don't care about anything else. They don't care how long it takes or if it's a good shirt or not. They'll take a garbage shirt as long as it's cheap, right? But some clients, they want quality. They say, okay, quality is the biggest thing for me. I don't really care what the price is because I'm going to use it for years. I want a great shirt. That's the most important thing to me. I don't care how long it takes. Quality, right? Another buyer might say, you know what, I need this fast. Speed's the biggest thing. I don't really care what the quality is. I don't care about the price. I want it here like tomorrow, right? So for them, speed is the biggest thing, right? And then somebody else it might be selection, right? They'd say, you know what, I want the exact shirt that I want. I don't want a shirt like everybody else. I want like a special shirt, right? So what the lesson that I learned on that conversation with my sister, this just happened recently, was that different buyers have very different concerns. And as a seller, we need to accommodate those across the board. So as sellers, if you're coming from like Amazon FBA or just Amazon Merchant Fulfilled or the eBay world, you're always thinking price because you're competing against everybody. But on Merch by Amazon, you own that listing, you're setting the price. There's no competition on that listing. You're competing listing versus listing as opposed to buyers or sellers on one listing, right? But when you open it up to all of the print-on-demand platforms or multiple platforms, even if it's 2 or 3 or just getting started, maybe just have like Merch by Amazon and one other, you have to think like a buyer and not like yourself as a buyer, but like any buyer. And buyers have very different preferences. And when we build our listings and descriptions and designs around what multiple types of buyers want and make it available on platforms that really cater to that type of buyer, it opens up a whole new market and you can sell a lot more shirts with the same design or different designs, right? So I don't know if that answered your question.
Wow. That's a lot of information.
Thanks.
Someone's
we definitely have an echo. I don't hear it no more, but man, yeah, that's a lot of information. So you did all this research on your own, huh?
Correct. Yeah. So
that's amazing.
You know, I've been selling for a long time, and you guys sell shirts, so you go on and you'll listen to different podcasts. We're in different Facebook groups, and you see the types of things people are asking, and then you'll go to blogs and read about all the different ways to do things. And there's YouTube. You can go to YouTube and watch all kinds of different videos on different things that people are talking about merch. So I try to be very involved in the community and see what different people are doing with different things and just really learn and pick it up. So what you'll find in the book, and when you went through it with me, I showed you the community section. You know, I did list all of those different things and some of the top, places where I think are really valuable information lives. So I've got lists of like multiple Facebook groups that are having to do with Merch by Amazon, but also print on demand. I've got, in the book, you'll find communities around blogs, so different people that have blogs. And some of them are ones that you'll notice if you follow blogs, and some of them are ones you might not. Like there's a band merch, what is it called? Band something. There's a band one that's just for bands, like rock bands, to get merchandise for concerts and stuff. And it's a blog about merch, but it's only for bands, right? Bandoozle, I think it's called. It's in the book. I'd have to check. So I went through and I sort of cataloged all these different places, the YouTube videos, channels, live shows that people do, one-off shows. There's a lot of people like Hit the Accelerator. There's a guy named Will. I think his name's Will, and he's in the UK. He does a YouTube channel that outlines his sales on a regular basis, and it tracks his journey right from the very beginning of merch by Amazon and as time passes. And you really get a sense of like how buyers think, or how sellers think about how they make listings. Different people have different strategies on pricing. Different people have different strategies about listing, about how to put keywords together, about where to find different things. And so I took like as much information as I can get from all places, and I just condensed it all into one place that makes it easy for me as a seller to go and look at my own resource. But I think it would be tremendously valuable for any other seller if you want to like save yourself hours and days of researching and searching on Google and going all over YouTube and filtering out all the crap. There's a lot of crap, right?
Yeah.
I condensed all of the best of my favorite things in there and put it all in one book. So it makes it easy. And I've curated, like, call it curation if you want, but I've watched and seen and read everything that's in the book, right? So there's outlinks to hundreds of links, to blogs, to newsletters, to individual people, Facebook, there's like Twitter, there's all, you've seen this, right? So you can grab that a little bit if you want.
Yeah. Well, so when we talked on Monday and you were showing me your book, it was still, I mean, you were still working on it.
I'm still working on it. I'll work on it after the call.
How's it coming along? Is it almost done?
Like I said, some of those images, I showed you my desktop, I still haven't put those in yet. So I've got to filter out like my personal company information and my name and address and stuff from some of those screenshots that I take where I walked people through step by step as to how you do things. So, for example, how do you connect, let's say, a backend print on demand to Shopify to Amazon with a seller SoundTrail account? There are many, many steps to do that. It is not a simple procedure. So when I went through and did it myself, first I wrote about how to do it in the book, and then I went through and did it myself, and I took screenshots along the way, and then I've got to take those screenshots and put them into the book. So the book doesn't contain the screenshots, but I've already done the process, and I've already taken the pictures, and I've got to like put it all together. So there's that. There's also formatting. So I haven't settled on like the fonts that I'm going to use and like the font size and like logistics. It should look sexy, right? When people read the book, they should want to read the book. They don't want to put it down. That's my objective, is to make a useful, valuable, information-filled book that people will love and will keep using and reading a lot. That's my goal, right? So
I have a font I recommend. Comic Sans.
Oh yeah, Comic Sans is right for this right situation.
No, don't.
Right? If you only
don't use Comic Sans, man.
Yeah.
Glen, what's
going on?
There's
a lot of shirts out there that say Comic Sans, and they're written in Comic Sans, and it's just a joke, right? So I mean, there's what's that called? Like, you know, like gag gifts and toys and stuff, where it's just a gag things. Those work great on merch designs, right? If you have like a pun or an inside joke or like a large community that would identify with something that's really nuts, it works really well. So that they sell shirts.
Glen, questions?
You're still echoing. Huge echo.
I don't know who that is.
I have almost no echo at all with Yong, but I do have an echo with Glen. So
Glen is our culprit.
I hear it with Yong.
Oh, we got a special guest here. I got my cactus jumped on me.
We're all pointing our fingers at each other. So we apologize for the technical difficulties. I think the important thing is really just get the information, the content.
It could be a distance, right? You guys are in California and up in Canada, so it's crossing like an international border and it's across the continent. So it's probably a distance thing.
True. So now this book is in an ebook format, correct?
So at the moment, the pre-sales are all going to a single ebook. And the ebook includes the ebook and bonus content, which is not mentioned anywhere.
Okay. And
that bonus content is going to blow people's minds.
Yeah. So it makes sense to be in an ebook format. And again, we really apologize for the technical difficulties. It really sounds bad. But it makes sense to be in an ebook format because, like you said, when you showed it to me, it has a lot of there's a lot of hyperlinks that Jacob refers to. So it just makes sense to be in an ebook format.
Yeah. Now it is also going to be available in a print format as well. So if people want to buy it in a print format later, it will be available in that. Should I mention my thing? All right.
I guess so.
This is a worldwide exclusive tip as to one of the free bonuses that nobody has heard, and it's not been on any podcast. So you're listening to this point. You've been listening for more than 20 minutes, I think. Listen up. When you order the ebook through pre-order, that's already pre-ordered the book, and every single person that pre-orders it between now and March 6th when it drops, or when it's released, a free printed copy. But they don't know that yet unless they listen to this podcast because I haven't told anybody. It's one of the free bonuses. It's my goal with the book is to blow people's minds and to provide maximum value. And if I got myself an ebook and then I got a paper copy sent to my house in the mail at no extra charge, no shipping, no handling, you email us your address, we'll send you a paper copy. It'll be shipped from Amazon.
Okay, so the book's going to be
exclusive. You're just hearing it. It'll be the first people outside of my wife and I to hear about this.
Glenn, what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I mean, a print copy and
Are you going to buy a copy?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just a pre-order right now. So if you pre-order the e-copy, the one you probably got a link to it somewhere. If you order it, you're going to get a free printed copy. And the instructions on how to do that are in the electronic copy. So it says, to get your printed copy, send your address. We need to know where to ship it, right? Send your address to my wife. We're gonna have a special email just set up for that. She's gonna go on and order your book for you, send it to your place. It'll come straight from Amazon. So it'll be from Amazon to wherever you are, or wherever you want it shipped. And we'll cover the shipping. We'll cover the cost of the printing of the book. We'll ship it to you. There's no extra cost because you took a step of faith and got the pre-order. And I like people that take faith. That's good. And
like I was saying in the beginning of the show, I only recommend things that I personally use myself. And Jacob, you can confirm on Monday, right after we had our conversation. Did you get a confirmation in your inbox saying that I purchased my copy?
Yes, you did. I did. So what happens is the pre-orders. Okay, this is something that may be helping people to understand what's happening on the back end. When you make a pre-order, but not billed. So you are ordering the book, but you're not billed for the book until it's released. And that happens on March 6th at 12 a.m. midnight. So at that point in time, everybody that's pre-ordered it gets it, and they also get the book at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, I get an email confirmation that says somebody has pre-ordered your book, right? And I was just talking with my wife today. My inbox in my email is just going through the roof. I haven't talked to anybody publicly about how many pre-orders there are, but there's over 130 pre-orders already, and they just keep coming in. Like they're coming in, I wouldn't say necessarily every single hour of every day, but throughout 24 hours a day, I'm getting emails sent to me with people pre-ordering the book at all hours of the time, and in different countries. So some people are ordering them from other countries at different time zones and stuff. Like I'm asleep and my phone's buzzing, and I'm like, what the heck? Why is people emailing me at 4 a.m, right?
And so one thing about Jacob, when we talked on Monday, this guy can talk forever. He's very passionate. Okay? And I think at one point, I mean, I'll be honest with you, man, that echo is really bad. I really apologize. But on Monday, when we were talking, I had asked you if I could see your book before we had you on the show. I thought it was going to be like a 30-minute conversation, and we ended up talking for like 90 minutes. And at one point, his wife got mad and said, "Jake, you need to wrap it up." But you want to keep talking. That's how passionate he is about the book. And I've seen it. I can vouch for him. It's a very good book. There's a lot of information. There's the echo's gone.
Yeah, I plugged in a mic, so maybe it was my computer. I don't know. Sorry.
Jacob!
Is it better?
Yes, much better.
All right, let's do it again. Let's do a second one.
No, but I was just saying that we were talking Monday, and that you're very passionate about the book and the whole print-on-demand industry, and I thought we were just going to be talking for like 30 minutes. You were just going to show me your book, but he was so passionate. We ended up talking for 90 minutes, and I swear we could have talked for two more hours. But at one point, your wife was like, "Just wrap it up. It's getting late." But just wanted to say that's how passionate he is about the whole merch on demand, industry.
After we talked, I had to go and do accounting. That's what it was. We had an accounting deadline. If we didn't get our accounting for our business in before midnight of that night, we were going to get in trouble. So
makes sense.
It was like a rush to do accounting, and I was like, no, we can do this. Merch is important. I got to talk to Yong. He's a cool guy. I want to let him know what's in the book so he can know he's seen it. You have seen more of the printed copy of the book in e-form than anybody else in the world other than myself. Even my wife hasn't seen it as much as you've seen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. And our editors are coming. I have 4 editors coming to our house in person, and we're all going to be editing on Sunday throughout the day.
Okay.
That's
nice.
We're packing in as much content as possible.
I was gonna say you're coming down to the wire because the book's supposed to be released on the 6th.
Yeah, that's Monday night.
Today's the 2nd, so man,
that's time. Hours of time.
Man, you're gonna be losing a lot of sleep.
I bought sleeping pills for that. I'm good.
Oh,
I want to pack in as much content as possible.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to put out a book that was like a free ebook or like subpar book or something that just had like fluffy garbage in it, I could have the book done in like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I've put in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. I spend 3 to 5 hours a day every single weekday, and then 5 to 10 hours every single weekend writing the book.
Okay, Jacob, quick question. I know that the industry is always changing. Things are always changing.
Yes.
So as things change, will you be updating the book?
My intention is to add content to the book, and it's my first time using Gumroad, so I don't know logistically what happens. But if I have the ability to add updates to the e-version, I will do that. The printed version is going to be at the time that it prints. Okay. And then I've thought about a second edition because some of the topics that I get into, you could really get much, like even deeper than I've gone, right? So for example, payment processing, right? I'm not going into like, what's the transactional fee for every pod of 30 pods? And like, what is the weight shipping calculation that they use to determine your weight worldwide? I don't go into that level of detail. Like, it's not insane, right?
Yeah.
But it is kind of insane already. So I've thought about doing like another version in the future that's, it would probably be a lot more expensive, but it would also take me like literally 10 times as much time. So it might take me like 6 months or a year or longer to get into that extra crazy stuff. But I don't know how much time we have on this podcast, but I've got some extra stuff that weren't in the book that will be in the book that I can share with you, because we already dropped that people are going to be getting a free printed copy in the mail.
Which is awesome.
Send us the address and we'll mail it to you.
Yeah. We got some more time, maybe another 10 more minutes.
Okay. So you guys want to hear about, we didn't talk about the marketing part of it, right? But should I tell them about this?
Tell us, man.
The stuff from the Shopify meeting?
Well, you can give us a hint, I guess. Sure.
Okay. She said just a little bit.
All right, give us a hint.
Okay.
Right, come on.
So earlier this week, I met in person live with the Director of Business Development and Strategic Partnerships for Shopify. Okay, Shopify, if people aren't familiar with it, is an amazing site that allows you to e-commerce-ify your website. Or if you don't have one, they'll give you a website with your service. Right, you pay a monthly fee, and it allows you to hook up all kinds of things to drive business to your site. Okay, one of the things, and we talked about at the very beginning of the call, is you can connect a print-on-demand service to your Shopify and Shopify directly into Amazon to give you a Seller Central listing on Amazon. People know that, right? It's out there.
Yeah.
If you're paying attention, you can figure that out. I don't know if there's any really detailed resources on exactly how to do it, like links and everything, which are in the book, but you get the idea, and people know about it. In the book, I go into a way to get that beyond just Amazon and hook up your Shopify store all the way to eBay. So you will cross-list all of your listings from Amazon to eBay. You'll duplicate the entire portfolio that you have. That's one little nugget. And I'll give you another one because I'm excited and I've been testing this. And it literally, I cannot believe what's happening. I don't even understand what's going on. There is an app that you can plug into Shopify, and it's only available on Shopify. You cannot get this on WooCommerce, on Big Cartel, or any of the other e-commerce platforms that I cover in the book. It's only Shopify. Okay, this is the part where the people listening need to lean in and figure this out. You can set up automated marketing using artificial intelligence. I hired a computer to do my Facebook and Instagram marketing for my merch. And it is currently marketing my stuff live on Facebook right now on my business page. It is generating the pictures, it's generating the text, it's deciding what channels to put it on, it's determining the pricing, it is determining the audience that it goes to, it's pushing it out, it's generating the copy that goes in the advertisement, like what it says. It does everything for me, and it's fully automated. It's a computer doing the work.
And that's on the book, correct?
It's in the book, correct, with links on how to get it.
And just for the record, Jacob did tell me this on Monday, but I swore to him that I wasn't going to say a word. So I'm glad you brought it up, my man. I'm really,
it's happening now. I wasn't doing it on Monday. I had learned about it just.
No, but you had told me about it. You had told me about the whole.
It's crazy.
Amazon to eBay listing, And I remember
that part I told you about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember you were telling me, oh, you have to promise me that you can't tell anyone. But I'm glad you brought it up because now it's out there for everyone to know.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really excited about the book.
I want to go back to this. People need to realize having artificial intelligence do your marketing campaigns for you is unbelievable.
Yo, that's like having Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's ridiculous.
Right?
Okay, here's what happens. I wake up this morning.
I'll be back.
Yeah, short story, okay? I wake up this morning from my bed to go to work, right? My phone moves, and it's like, oh, he must be awake. So I get a Facebook Messenger message from my robot that's like, oh, good morning, Jacob. Would you like to advertise any of your designs that are doing well on Shopify? And I'm like, yes or no? And I'm like, sure, why not? Okay, yes, right? It's like, great. What platforms would you like to advertise on? Would you like me to make a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, and other things? And I'm like, sure, Facebook. One. I press one, it makes a Facebook ad, right? And like as soon as I hit the button, literally less than 30 seconds later, okay, Jacob, so this t-shirt is now being advertised on Facebook through this platform and this, and here's the link to it. You go check it out. I'm like, what, are you kidding me?
I was targeted for your ad.
Okay, my wife got targeted for the advertising. It does Facebook pixel retargeting, automated. I don't even know what the ad is, right? Like I'm getting up to brush my teeth. Like I haven't gone to the washroom yet. I was in my bed. I was like, yes. Okay, it's done. It's unfreaking believable. When people realize you can do this kind of thing after reading this book, I believe personally that the world of merch and print on demand is going to be altered. This is one of the things in the book, but there's a lot of things in the book that are different that you may not have heard of elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And if you've already heard of this, that's great. It's been around for a while. Apparently, you could hire AI computers to do your advertising for a few months now. I didn't know about that. I think it's mind-blowing. But have you guys heard of this before?
I've never heard of it.
I have not.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So I'm really excited. Glenn, are you going to buy a copy? Because I am not going to let you borrow mine.
I am going to buy a copy, and after we're done buying a copy and reading about it and trying some techniques, we're going to have Jacob back on the show.
Oh, I'd love to be back on the show. That'd be
absolutely awesome. And so can we talk price, Jacob?
Yeah, we can take price, but before we do that, I don't want this point to be lost. This AI thing that made a Facebook ad on my business page made a freaking sale today. I had a sale off of it.
Was it your wife?
It did. No, it wasn't my wife. No,
okay.
It was someone else. But they they clicked on the ad. I got like a whole history of it, right? They clicked on the ad. They went to my Shopify store. They picked the custom design they want, and it got automatically sent to print on demand. It's going to be printed in California and shipped to the person. They got express shipping, so they're going to have it in 1 to 3 days.
Wow!
I'm so excited. I hope that they get the shirt before the book drops because I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
So I just get excited about this. Okay.
No, absolutely, man. This is some exciting stuff, man. This is, we're talking Terminator shipping our T-shirts, and I mean, this is good stuff, man. Yeah. I'm really excited too. So let's talk price, because here's the thing. I know a lot of people are going to be turned off by the price, but in my opinion, and again, we went through this on Monday, and I was really impressed. Okay, a lot of people are going to be turned off. Okay, let's talk price. But I know you're having a special right now, like a pre-order special.
Yeah. Okay. So the book itself, right? It's $57 for the book, and I put it in terms of how many shirt sales is that, because that's how I think now. I've converted to merch stock. And so if you're selling a shirt for $19.99, which is a great price to sell on Amazon, that's why they recommend it initially. And before you change it, they give you the best one. It's $19.99. It's the secret's out, okay? Mm-hmm. And if you sell 8 shirts after reading this book because you learned something about the over 100 pages of content that I provide with you with hundreds of links and like all the bonuses that we haven't even talked about, if you are able to sell 8 shirts, the book will pay for itself. And you'll have money left over because 8 shirts at $19.99 will give you more than the cost of the book in royalties. But
but there is a but.
There's a but. There's always the but. But if you don't want to pay so much money as $57 or 8 shirts, then you can get it now on pre-order before March 6th, 40% off. It's not 10%, 20%, 30%. It's 40% off, $34. That's only 5 shirts.
Yo, $34. And here's
5 shirts by reading this book and implementing the stuff in it. If you can sell 5 shirts, it will more than cover the cost of the book.
Glenn, can you sell 5 shirts in one day?
I'm pretty sure that I can. With or without the book, I'm selling 5 shirts. And we're gonna have money left over to buy something to drink, right?
Exactly, because I know Glen can definitely afford a book because this guy's a superstar.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to merch, but $34. I've seen the
on
book.
pre-order.
I think it's worth every penny. And there's always a handful of people that says I'm not going to spend that kind of money. That information is out there for free. Well, you know what? You can spend hours and hours and do your own research, or you can buy the book. Jacob's done the research for you. He's going to teach you how to have a Terminator ship your t-shirts, which I've never even heard of. Okay, I mean, I think that's awesome.
It's crazy. Yeah,
okay,
I love it.
So
I'll be getting multiple paper copies of my own book because I have to ship them out to you guys because you get them free when you pre-order. Remember that? So it's $34, gets you the ebook. It gets you all the bonuses, which we still haven't talked about, and it gets you a printed copy, right? Because I'm going to ship out a printed copy with no extra shipping to anybody worldwide at my own cost. I'll be paying for that. I'll pay for the shipping. I'll pay for the manufacturing of the book.
That's just madness.
And I'll give you a copy at your doorstep in exchange for telling me what doorstep to put it on, right?
This guy is going mad. He's going to think about that. He's going to ship worldwide. His own expense. He's coming out of his own pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, he's lost his mind. Somebody call the paramedics.
I'm just so excited. I want everybody to get on merch.
So you get the ebook, you get a hard copy, $34, and some of you guys might not know this, but you can write that off as a business expense because you're learning about your apparel business. I'm going to write it off. So, I mean, before we go, Glen, do you have any questions for Jacob? Jacob, do you have any final comments?
I'm just ready to read the book, so
I'm excited.
I'm ready to go.
I read the book every night while I'm reading it. While I'm writing it, I'll read the above and below it, make sure it places properly. And sometimes I write it when I'm really tired, like it's like 2 a.m. I'm writing stuff. Yeah. And I'm on it when I'm writing it, but when I come back to it, I'm like, oh my gosh, you can do that? No way. And then I look it up again. I'm like, shit, man, I wrote that yesterday at 3 a.m. That's amazing. That's freaking ridiculous. But you guys check your Facebook Messenger. I was working on a little project while we were doing this live podcast on video, and you're watching me, but you didn't notice I sent you something on Facebook Messenger. So if you can open up your Messenger, check it out. Let me know what you think.
We'll do that as soon as we're done here. But
do it during the call.
Oh, okay.
Right now. You're on a computer.
Man, this guy's
multitasking.
He's not only passionate, but he's bossy. He's now ordering us around, which is good though. I like him.
Did you see it?
Yo, that I tell you what, man. This is good stuff. All tears matter. Okay, Jacob's made a shirt already. All tears matter.
While we're doing the podcast, I will
trademark that. Damn it. Okay, I will trademark that. Ladies and gentlemen, I will. If you guys join our Facebook group, I will post that shirt. All tears matter. Man, Jacob, it's been a pleasure having you. I
did it on my mobile phone while we're talking.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
People how to do that in the book. I do sometimes. I'll put off design ideas. I'm at work, okay? I work for the federal government. I'll be sitting in a work meeting with like 9 people around a boardroom table talking about data analytics and stuff and like computer security and like top level federal government shit that I talk about. Sorry about the language. Stuff that I talk about. Good. And while we're doing like in the meeting, I'll be talking to people, and then under the table, I'll be sending design requests to Design Pickle for like my designers to make merch shirts while we're in the meeting. I love merch. Like
you're just as bad as I am. You're just as bad as I am. But hey, we're gonna have you back on the show here in a few weeks after the book is launched.
That'll be great.
Because I do want to talk to you more, and yeah, I mean, we would love to have you back.
Do you want me to come on? No, people are listening to this, right? So they can't see me. But you could give them an accurate description if I just go turn this way a little bit, like that.
Oh, man. Hey, so we were saying this right before we went on live. This guy is a freaking spitting image of Seth Rogen. Okay? Seth Rogen is doing merch by Amazon, people. Okay?
Now, anybody who's listening, if they've seen the video podcast, they're going to be laughing their heads off right now. Because I literally, after I did the live show with Sean Mayo, and I did another live show with Jewel Tolentino, and I did another live show with Margaret and Jeff and Joe, and I did the Merch Nerds podcast, and I did the Merch Entrepreneurs podcast, I did your podcast. Literally every single time I'm on video, I get Jacob, you look like Seth Rogen. Did you know that? Have you heard that before?
Because
every time.
When you and I talked on Monday, I didn't get to see your face. You were just showing me what's on your computer, so I didn't get a chance to see your face.
My mouse.
And this is the first time that I'm seeing you. And yo, Seth Rogen is doing merch by Amazon. Okay. This is awesome. Okay, we have Seth Rogen, we got the Terminator. Yo, this whole apparel business is just going nuts.
Yeah.
But Jacob, so if people want to get a hold of you,
just give me a call. I'll give you my phone number. You ready?
Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
I gave you my phone number earlier. You already have it.
I know, but I thought you were gonna announce it to the public here.
No, it's in the book.
Okay. Now, actually, he is serious about that. His phone number is in the book.
You've seen it in the book.
Yeah. So how can people get a hold of you?
Facebook Messenger. Oh, actually, you know what? The best way to get a hold of me is through my Facebook group. And I always mess up the name because it's overly complicated. It's called, I'm going to read it so I don't mess it up. Oh, it's too long. Okay. It's called Merch by Amazon Top Sellers for Newbies and Pros.
Okay. We'll have the link to his group in the show notes. We'll have the link so you can pre-purchase his book in the show notes. I'm really excited. I can't wait for the book to come out. Glen,
I'm ready. I'm pumped.
Yeah?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Well, hey, thank you so much for being on the show. And again, we'll talk to you here in a few weeks when the book is launched. And
I got a quick question before.
Sure.
In the show notes, there's some stuff, right? So if I'm listening on a podcast, where can I find the podcast? On iTunes?
So on iTunes, just do a search for Merch Minds, or you can go on Libsyn.
And how do I look at the show notes to click on those links?
It should just be there, right? You just read. You just click read more, and all that will be listed. Also, I'll post that. I'll post everything in our Facebook group, which you are a part of.
Yes. That's the Merch Minds.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So we'll have all that information listed. But absolutely, man. I can't wait. I've already purchased mine. Glenn, make sure you purchase yours. And we'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that people will give the podcast a 5-star rating and some comments in Apple iTunes. And I believe
that.
For the smart listeners out there, they can click the share button and share it with all of their friends so that they can pick up the Merch Minds podcast.
I like that.
Every week. And if you haven't shared this with your friends, shame on you. You should be sharing this podcast with all of your friends because these guys are awesome. Right?
I like Seth Rogen, man. This guy's awesome. All right. Thank you, my man.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, that was a fun episode.
Yes, sir. That guy is riled up about merch, and we're gonna see how his book is. We're gonna read it, test out some of these things. We're gonna have him back on the show, and let's see how we can improve sales for sure.
Absolutely, man. Jacob, man, that guy can talk forever, man. He's definitely passionate about merch and the whole print-on-demand industry. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah. Any closing comments, thoughts?
Just to email me if you have any questions. hustlerhacks1 at gmail.com. Get back to you. It seems like a lot of people are getting approved, as long as like looking at the comments that I've been getting on my YouTube videos. People are getting approved, getting into merch, starting off with I think 10 tier, I think is what they're starting off. Summit 10 or 25. I don't know. Some people have been telling me different things, but
really,
yeah. So I don't know exactly, but good news for everybody else that just signed up or at least have spent some time waiting, wondering what's going on. Sounds like they're getting in. So contact me, have any questions, and try to help you out. And please leave us a review on iTunes if you can.
Yes, and your your website, hustlerhacks.com.
Hustlerhacks.com. Look for me on YouTube. Just type in Hustler Hacks. Hustler Hacks on Instagram. All that stuff.
Right. Cool, man. And you guys, if you don't know, I did finally launch my own personal website. It is not complete, so if you guys find stuff that's not working, something's misaligned, I know. No need to email me and tell me about it. It's just that I've been working on it since late last year, and it got to the point where I have so much content, and it was doing me no good because I couldn't share it with you guys. So I decided to just finally launch the website, regardless of how it looks. It's up and running, geekhustle.com. Okay, you guys can go there and you can sign up for my newsletter. I through my newsletter, I will give you guys a full income report every month through email. And yeah, you guys can email me as well. I have a new email address as well, Yong, YONG @geekhustle.com. And other than that, man, I'm done. We'll see you guys next week. And yeah, let's make that money.
Yes, sir.